good part of my heart and even my head.
90%.
I wasn't an option. I mean,
you were an option.
I was.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ogo, and with me here I have my beautiful husband.
Beautiful cough. I am Nonso, yeah.
Handsome husband.
Yeah, handsome husband, not beautiful. She is the beautiful one. I am the cute one, yeah.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for the views, the likes, the comments on our previous videos.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Today, we have something more interesting.
Yeah, something very, very cool. Like today, we're basically going to be talking about how we decided to be together. Yeah, it's just more of a conviction story, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so how we navigated the whole period. And
how you got convinced.
And moved from being friends to being lovers.
Hey,
yeah.
Babe, is it lovers?
No, it's lovers now. Being lovers and
lovers just sounds very somehow something.
Very somehow. Oh, you didn't love me afterwards?
I loved you now.
Yeah,
but
basically how we moved from being friends to being lovers. Lovers, yeah, and then we're in a relationship, and then we got married, and all of
that.
Yeah, so how we started courtship and all of that, basically. So it was very interesting, and we became friends, right? And it was going well. Everything was moving well, and we now came to a point where we decided to define things.
Yep.
Yeah, where we decided to call a spade, and call a shovel, right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, she popped the question like at some point, like, what are we doing? Where are we headed to? And all
where
of
is
that.
this?
Where is this relationship going to? And everything. So, but I, on my own side, I mean, I knew that yes, this is the kind of girl I was going to settle down with, but I didn't take that step because I just came out of NYSC.
Yep.
And a lot was going on. I mean, a man had to decide for himself and take responsibilities and just work things out basically.
Yep.
And all of that. I needed to be stable. So it wasn't a point for me to really get committed and all of that. But yeah, I guess at that moment we really needed to define things and everything.
Yeah. And I think for me it was more like obviously we were still friends, but there was this emotional connection, and we just needed to define things, right, so that we'll not hear stories that touch. Yeah, so that I'm not in my own world thinking like, okay, there's something going on here. I was already thinking about it, praying about it and all those kind of things. And in my heart, I was then wondering, like, I hope, it's the same thing for him.
It's the same thing for me.
I hope I'm not wasting my time, because trust me, there are plenty of people that have wasted their time, and I didn't want to be in that pocket at all. Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually something very, very necessary, because like I said earlier, like we're already at that point where we're so close, we're already getting intimate and all that. I mean, what do you call it? Right? So,
yeah.
But on my own side, I hadn't started praying about it. I already knew in my heart, like, hey, this is something I would like to happen. This is something I would like to. I mean, she's a very lovely girl. She's a very sweet person to be with. I know.
But you never prayed about it.
I prayed about 2 other persons before.
Imagine. I don't know whether this story is making me happy or is making me sad.
No, but then that's the reality. I mean, at that point where you felt like you are ready to really take this step, and then you prayed about someone around you and all, but at that point, I mean, we were faced with a whole lot of realities that we we really needed to create a balance in so many things, especially in my life.
Yeah.
Stability and all of that is actually what I really wanted at that time. So, but then when the question came up and then we started talking about it and everything, so we knew it wasn't something we were going to like decide on immediately. I mean, it wasn't a child play, because on my own part, it's it was something that once I decide to take, a step that once I decide to take, it's a final step for me. I mean, I was ready to walk all the way. And that's actually my own stand on relationship and all that. So
yeah, for me, like, it wasn't like I was looking to play, obviously. Right? And being that I had been in a relationship before, I wanted the next relationship to be a relationship I was convinced about and I knew would, most likely lead to marriage, right?
yeah,
So, yeah, that definition was very,
it was very, very
was quite
necessary,
important.
very necessary.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we decided to initiate a 1 month break.
Yeah.
Just basically reducing the rate at which we communicated.
Yeah.
The calls had to drop like to the very, very, very minimum.
And just taking our time to pray.
Take our time to pray.
To speak to people that, mattered most to us, to get convinced.
Yeah.
To be sure that this was actually it. And, if not, decide what the next steps
and it became
were
necessary, right? Because we were already like getting used to one another. There was already a mix of emotions here and there. So
and that can cloud
really, it can cloud your reasoning. You can't really think well.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you pray in that situation, most likely everything is going to be a yes. So we needed to
to take that time off.
Because
this guy was already seeing my face, like left, right, center. Everywhere, you're not seeing Ogo.
At that point, I must be honest, right, I mean, she has occupied a good part of my heart and even my head.
90%.
So we needed to like take that break. And I knew she was already so fond of me and all that.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't fond of you. I had like 50 other guys that were on my case. So I was just like, you're one of the options.
I wasn't an option. I mean,
you were an option.
I was a huge. In short, it was like a one-man standing thing for her.
Excuse me. You were an option. Let me tell you now. You were an option.
Guys, I know.
You were an option.
I knew what I was. I mean, I wasn't on the same pedestal with other persons. So it was just like some people flocking around and all that. And we.
No, of course, I'll make everybody feel special.
No, you didn't make everybody feel special. Come on, I knew how I felt. So anyways, so we now decided to take that break, right? And then I went into prayer. And on my own side, I actually went into prayers, and for the first time I had this unusual inner peace of mind. It was a knowing in my heart that hey, this is it. So, and I operate more in the intuition and all of that. So it was a knowing in my heart that this was the person and all of that. And because I had a circle of friends and family, I had a mentor, I had a pastor, I had very close and spiritual friends. I also needed to like share with them because it wasn't something I was actually going to go into alone.
It was a family decision.
No, not so family.
It was.
So I had this close connection actually, and the people that cared about me, people that had mentored me concerning marriage, concerning ministry, concerning money, people that have been involved with like friends and all, just a few friends, not like there are so many and all that. And it was very necessary I got them involved in what I was doing, because that's actually one of the things I believe in, that after seeking God, you should also carry people along, because this journey, you are going to meet some bumps, you are going to meet a lot of things, and you need help at some point or the other and all that. So I knew that if I'm able to involve people I will also be accountable to them as to how things are going and all of that. And since we desire purity, right, and everything,
Yeah.
it's also very necessary we involve our mentors, our pastor, to watch over us and guide us in these things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
On my own part though, like I didn't have a lot of that. Like, I mean, I have close friends, obviously, who were aware, from even like when things started building up when we were friends and all of that. And I had my mom, but in terms of like a pastor and a mentor, that I would call and speak about all those things too. I didn't really have any. So it was very strange to me when he said, he had to speak to his friends, his mentor, his pastor. In my head, I'm like, okay, do you? So yeah, but I think it was good. Like looking back and thinking about it now, I think there's a certain level of, like you said, accountability that comes from doing that, especially when you're doing it with people that are, like-minded and, following Christ as well, not just any random person. So yeah, it was good. Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and that's because I already knew the kind of persons that were around me. They were not people who are so how do I put it now? They want to boss over you and do this and all. No. They were not such persons.
Yeah.
Well, I knew what their kind opinions would be like, and I knew that yes, they would also like to meet this person and also develop a relationship, which is actually what is happening right now and all.
Yeah.
And also, it became very, very necessary. So, not for them to kind of decide
Make
for
the
me.
decision, yeah.
No, the decision was still my own. But we have a circle of friends, a circle of people. And also my parent was involved, because I also did tell my parent and all. So it was very, very necessary. And after everything, I had that inner peace, I had that conviction, because sometimes you may not be so clear, so sure. And we know in parts, right? So yeah, I got all of them involved and everything, like pray with me.
When you say involved, it then sounds like
no, I mean like
you told them about
I told
it.
them, I carried them along basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I carried them along.
And some of them also prayed about it.
Yeah,
and they were fine with your decision as well.
Yeah, they came up with like more like a confirmation here and there and also.
Yeah,
that was actually what happened in my own case. And then that was what my conviction was. So at that point.
So your conviction was peace and the fact that
there was a knowing in my heart. So that impression you have, this is unusual. This could have been God speaking to you. This could have been from the Holy Spirit and all of that. So that was what prompted me to now kind of share with my parents, share with my pastor, my mentor, and all of that. And it was a yes. Like every confirmation, everything was just confirming it. But there remained one more yes to tie up everything, which was to come from her.
No. On my own part, right? My conviction was, in different parts, if I would put it that way. So I'd been in a previous relationship before and, cool guy, everything, but had
not smart.
We had like clashing values in certain areas, that were very important to me, and also mostly spiritual things. So coming out of that relationship, right, we broke up like 4 times or something. But I just knew that,
breaking up 4 times, like.
I just knew that going into another relationship, like I wanted it to be different. In fact, I wasn't planning to go into any relationship in NYSC, if I would be very honest. Right? I wanted to I felt like NYSC was really a time for spiritual development for me. I didn't plan for it to be, but it just turned out to be, the environment, NCCF, everything that was around me. And I was actually enjoying all of that. But I told myself, like, I saw the mistakes I had made in the previous relationship. And I told myself that, whenever I'm going into another relationship, like, it's going to be different. I don't actually want to be the one right? And I remember praying about it, and I was like, God, whichever man you're going to bring to me, like, I want him to bring up this issue of purity. I don't want to be the one like forcing it on anybody. I don't want to be the one saying, oh, let's remain pure in
Let's
this
keep
relationship,
it.
let's keep ourselves. I didn't want that hassle. So for me, the first conviction while we were still friends, right, was that he already brought that up, right? He had already said, oh, this is me, this is my life story, this is what I desire to do. I desire to honor God in whichever relationship I get into and all of that. So in my head, I'm like, But obviously, I mean, nothing happened, then. So, and another interesting thing, right, is aside from even like, okay, let's keep ourselves pure until marriage. In fact, he took it a step further. He was like, we're not going to kiss even if we go into a relationship. And in my head, I'm like, so what are we going to now be doing? I mean, so all these little things, right? I was already kind of, and which is why it was easy for us to align, because our values were already aligned and all of that. He was someone that I could look up to spiritually, which was also very important for me. So I think that was already like, it was already easy for me to see some things. And again, I prayed about it, and I was also convinced. Like, I felt this peace in my heart, and at some point I just knew that, okay, this would happen, right? It was a question of when it was going to happen. So I think for both of us, I was actually expecting some magical, hey, my daughter, this is the Lord speaking to you. Honestly, like, that was my expectation, because when people share their stories with me, people had shared their stories of how they got convinced in the past, and many of them like heard a loud voice or something, or they got something overwhelming, or maybe they were sleeping and they had a dream and an angel or something descended.
That voice.
Exactly.
Or that vision. Use umbrella and go and cover her.
Exactly. So I actually expected some gym manifestation or something, but that's really it. That's really the story. There was just a knowing, and there were a series of actions and things that even led to that point. So to be honest, like, we already kind of, in terms of values and things like that, we already kind of aligned, but we just wanted to we needed, exactly, we needed consent, we needed that
conviction,
exactly,
this is the right way to go,
exactly.
And also and then I popped the question.
You popped the question.
And she said yes.
Naso.
Yes.
No, that was.
Oh my God.
No, babe. No, that was. So this guy, first of all, he did not. In fact, guys, I've tried. I have to say, if I can give myself credit, I have to give myself credit. I've tried. I've tried in this relationship. Look at me. I've tried in this relationship. This guy did not even come to Zamfara. Imagine. He basically picked up the phone to ask me, oh, blah, 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 blah. I want you to be the mother of my children, the grandmother of my grandchildren, the wife of my youth. And in my head, I'm like, see this guy, like, what's this one? Is this like engagement, or is this like you asking me out? So that was the first confusion. Second confusion was like, why are you not here? But anyways, I pitied him. I was just like, I pitied you now. I pitied you.
She was so overwhelmed, guys. I mean, like,
excuse me, I wasn't. I was like, okay, fine, let's see how it goes. It was yes. At the end of the day,
she said yes. She said yes.
I said
decision that I'm still very grateful for till today.
I know, right?
I mean, like, this has been an amazing woman in my
life. I know.
Very beautiful soul here, and it's not for this video, like, She's very amazing. And
Oh,
I'm really grateful. Thanks for saying yes to me.
you're welcome.
So yeah, we continued with our relationship, and that's how this journey started. Basically. And yes, we had a lot of fun, a lot of sweet times, a lot of lovely moments, and we also had a lot of
Fights!
Like,
yeah, courtship was fightful.
Courtship was fightful, exactly. And we made sure
not all the time, but
I mean, like most of our
we had
fights.
some very flimsy arguments.
And funny enough, they are not even due to reasonable things. Like, they are very, very. I mean, even if you asked us, like, why are you guys fighting? Why are you guys fighting? We are not even bold enough to talk about it because we knew, like, this is no reason. These are just like, why are you guys fighting?
No, babe.
Yeah,
honestly, that's.
But one good thing, right? We fought most of our fights during that time. Like, when I say most, I mean like most of our fights during that time, and we're able to understand one another. That was the major thing we benefited from the fight. Understood one another. Understood a lot of things, like how to follow ourselves, how to present our cases, things to do, things to avoid. I mean, so many
learning
things.
each other's love languages.
Learning each other's. I mean, that's a whole topic on its own.
Fun things to do together, you know.
Yeah.
Learning how to, because the relationship was long distance as well.
Long distance.
So also learning how to cope, you know, and focus on like the quality of the time spent together and all of that. So here we are.
I think we'll still talk about these things. Some of these things,
exactly.
The things we did for fun, and even what else should we talk about? Love language and all of that. So, I mean, we're going to talk about that. And everything. So stay tuned, and we love you so much. Please drop a comment in the comment section below.
Please drop a comment, right? Telling me what you would do if somebody asked you out over the phone. Would you say yes to that person or no?
If you love the person, I think it's a yes.
No, allow them to speak for themselves.
So I mean, if I had known better right now, I would have done better.
If I had known better, I would have said no. Right? I would have said no. Get your ass down here.
But thank God we didn't know better. Right? We worked with what we knew, and that's our story basically. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. We love you. And for now, it's a bye-bye.
Bye.